Okay, in this next example, we're going to kind of pull a lot of ideas together. And this is where the connections start being made and where I think things start getting really, really cool. Suppose we have this equation to solve. It's a polynomial equation, so you'd look at that and you'd think, well, I need to factor it. And if we look, and the best thing we could probably do is solve factor by grouping. So if you start that and you look at those first two terms, the common factor would be x squared, leaving you 15x plus 14. Looking at the last two terms, the only common factor you see there is a negative 1, leaving you with 3x plus 2. Now the problem is that there is no common factor. Usually what's left in the parentheses is a common factor that you could then pull out. We're stuck. So we can't factor this and solve this equation. But if we know that negative 1 is a 0 of the polynomial function f of x equals 15x cubed plus 14x squared minus 3x minus 2, we can use the factor theorem to come up with a factor. So we're given a 0. We know that if you plug negative 1 into this function, you're going to get 0, which means that x plus 1 is a factor. So using synthetic division, we can factor out that x plus 1. Negative 1 goes in the box. Coefficients of your other terms go here. Bring down the 15, multiply by negative 1 and add, multiply by negative 1 and add, multiply by negative 1 and add. Now, you should be very reassured that we got 0 when we did that synthetic division. We should get 0. What we've essentially done is taken our equation and we've factored out a factor of x plus 1. The other factor that's left is 15x squared minus x minus 2. So now the equation that we're trying to solve from up here we factored out a factor. And then from here, it's going to be pretty straightforward to finish. Of course, you know that setting each of the factors equal to 0 and solving for x is how you get the solutions to your equation. X equal negative 1 was the solution we were given to begin with. Then 15x squared minus x minus 2 equal to 0 is now a quadratic equation that we can solve either by factoring if it works. If that doesn't work, then we could use the quadratic formula. Any of the methods we've already learned about solving quadratics will apply to this. I believe this one will factor. 5x and 3x will multiply and give me 15x squared. If I multiply 3 by 2, I'll get 6. 5 times 1 will give me 5. I need the 6 to be negative and the 5 to be positive. Negative 2 times plus 1 is minus 2. This is going to work. So 5x minus 2 set equal to 0 allows us to find the solution to the equation x equals 2/5. And 3x plus 1 set equal to 0 allows you to find the solution to the equation x equals negative 1/3. So it's a third degree polynomial function. We've got 1, 2, 3 zeros.